Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today, we're diving into something you've probably seen on restaurant menus or supermarket shelves countless times: Thousand Island dressing. You might have spread it on a sandwich, used it as a dip, or drizzled it over a salad. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why in the world is this stuff called Thousand Island? At first glance, the name sounds almost mysterious, as if this creamy pink sauce came from some faraway paradise of 1,000 islands. But the truth is, the story behind this dressing is a mix of geography, legend, culinary creativity, and a little bit of marketing magic. So grab a snack and let's uncover, why is it called Thousand Island? Where it came from? Who might have invented it? So let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. Before we even get to the dressing, let's clear up one thing. Thousand Island isn't just a poetic exaggeration. It's a real place. The Thousand Islands is an archipelago made up of over 1,800 small islands scattered along the St. Lawrence River, right between the United States and Canada. These islands range in size from tiny specks of rock with just one tree to large ones with towns, castles, and even resorts. Back in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Thousand Islands became a popular summer retreat for wealthy families from New York and Ontario. It was a place of boating, fishing, and high society leisure. So when you hear Thousand Island dressing, it's not a metaphor. It's quite literally named after this region. But here's where it gets interesting. How exactly did a salad dressing end up carrying the name of this picturesque spot? That's where the story splits into multiple versions, each with its own twist. One of the most famous stories credits a woman named Sophia LaLonde, who lived in the Thousand Islands region in the early 1900s. Her husband was a fishing guide, and according to legend, Sophia prepared simple meals for his clients who came to the area for fishing trips. One day, she supposedly whipped up a new kind of salad dressing using ingredients she had on hand: mayonnaise, ketchup, pickle relish, vinegar, and some seasonings. The sauce was tangy, creamy, and slightly sweet. Her husband's clients loved it, and word spread quickly about this unique dressing from the Thousand Islands. Over time, the recipe is said to have been passed along to local hotels and inns. From there, it eventually made its way into cookbooks and restaurants across the country. Another version of the story takes us to the Wellesley Hotel in Thousand Islands Park. This tale involves a famous Broadway actress named May Irwin, who frequently visited the area. She was reportedly served a special salad dressing created by the hotel's chef, and she loved it so much that she asked for the recipe. Irwin later gave the recipe to her friend George Bolt, the wealthy hotelier who owned the Waldorf Astoria in New York City. Bolt brought the dressing to his prestigious hotel, and that's when it truly began to take off. Once it hit the Waldorf, Thousand Island dressing went from a regional curiosity to a culinary sensation. No matter which origin story you believe, the fishing guide's wife, the hotel chef, or the actress, it's clear that the Thousand Islands region was the birthplace of this dressing. But the leap from local recipe to supermarket staple didn't happen overnight. In the early 20th century, bottled salad dressings were just starting to become popular in the United States. Companies like Kraft saw an opportunity to mass-produce and distribute dressings nationwide. They leaned heavily on the romantic name Thousand Island, which evoked images of a beautiful, exotic location rather than just another jar of mayonnaise-based sauce. The name itself was a brilliant piece of branding. Imagine if it had been called pink mayo dressing or relish spread. Would it have sold as well? Probably not. But by tying it to a picturesque destination, the name gave it an air of sophistication and mystery. Of course, names are one thing, but what about the dressing itself? The classic Thousand Island recipe typically includes mayonnaise as the creamy base, ketchup or chili sauce, which gives it the pinkish-orange color, sweet pickle relish, adding a tangy crunch, vinegar or lemon juice for acidity, hard-boiled egg, finely chopped in some traditional recipes, spices and seasonings like paprika, onion powder, or garlic. It's a dressing that hits all the flavor notes: creamy, tangy, sweet, and savory. No wonder it became a favorite not just for salads, but also for sandwiches, burgers, and even as a dipping sauce for fries. In fact, if you've ever had a secret sauce on a fast food burger, there's a good chance it was heavily inspired by Thousand Island dressing. McDonald's Big Mac sauce, for example, is often compared to it. So, why do we call it Thousand Island? The short answer is simple: because it was created in the Thousand Islands region. But the long answer is richer. The name stuck not only because of its geographic origin, but also because it carried a sense of charm and romance that made people want to try it. Today, Thousand Island dressing may not be as trendy as ranch or Caesar, but it still holds a special place in food culture. It's a reminder that even something as ordinary as salad dressing can have a fascinating backstory. And every time you see it on a menu or in your fridge, you're actually looking at a little piece of culinary history tied to a very real place filled with hundreds upon hundreds of islands. Next time you dip your fries in that creamy pink sauce or bite into a burger with special sauce, you'll know that you're tasting more than just mayonnaise and ketchup. You're tasting a recipe that started with a fishing guide's wife, or maybe a hotel chef, or maybe an actress, that traveled from the quiet Thousand Islands to the bustling Waldorf Astoria, and then to dinner tables and restaurants around the world. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.